Disco Elysium is a mix between a point-and-click and a CRPG, produced and published by Zaum. It features yourself and your partner, officers of a local police force, as you go throughout a town trying to solve a murder. On that path, you discover many things about the town, its inhabitants, and yourself as you partake in side quests, activities, and the main quest itself. You will discover the wonderful piece of art that Zaum has produced, as it masters both audio and visual design in a company with gameplay systems to deliver an extremely fresh and rewarding experience, one which is desperately sought after considering the past decade of game releases. Disco Elysium is simple when it comes to its gameplay systems. Most of your time will be spent between two modes, walking around finding anomalies in the world, or finding people to talk to using the dialogue system. The dialogue system is the real meat and potatoes of Disco Elysium. It uses a simple dialogue list option, a la most RPGs ever made. You see this sort of system within Fallout, Skyrim, Planescape Torment, etc, etc. The gimmick of this dialogue system is how it handles skill checks. It determines whether you pass or fail a skill check by running a percentage calculation, rather than just a straight numerical value. What affects this is the skill point system. The skill point system affects both of the previously mentioned gameplay systems. As for example, if you put skill points into perception and you start walking around, your character will notice more things to interact with. In a dialogue situation, depending on how you have built your character, the ability to succeed in a skill check is worsened or improved. As a result of having implemented a skill system, Disco Elysium features an inventory mechanic. It isn't something like a Tetris inventory in the terms of Deus Ex or Resident Evil, or by using a weight limit like in some RPGs. Rather, the items that you can find, receive, or purchase in the game world will give you buffs or nerfs. This will allow you to gain favor in obtaining certain outcomes for the story. Alongside this, the inventory system allows you to equip tools which help you to gain access to doors or containers. In regard to moving throughout the game world, you will have to do a lot of backtracking. This game features an extremely rich, dense, open level design. Not everything is revealed to you at first, whether it's single rooms, buildings, or even portions of the map. It helps to control the feeling of fear of missing out. Because the world is so vast, you might be scared, so you're let off into a smallish playground, you get to learn the mechanics, and then you explore more. A slight downside occurs here, however. Because you have to go inside and outside buildings a lot, load screens are a common occurrence, especially if you try and save scum skill checks. As a result, the loading times become just a bit too long, especially when you're playing a game on a SSD. From an artistic perspective, Disco Elysium carries itself with extreme confidence. In touching both visual and audio receptors, the game is both extremely visually appealing, as well as appealing through the sense of matching voice, music, and ambience to finalize the atmosphere. Visually, it is like a moving painting. The world is vast, but it isn't that big. As a result, each area has been modeled and then hand painted on top, with the end result being extremely beautiful. It has a visual appearance similar to that of Dishonored, with an overemphasized facial expressions for people and an oil painting palette. The developers have crafted the lore for a vast interconnected world where many races and cultures are able to mingle and interact with one another. As a result, many sorts of personalities are cramped into the town that you're doing your investigation in. Swindlers, old people, tough burly men, salarymen, people from all walks of life are represented here. Each carry their lines with precision, enthusiasm, and emotion. It is shocking to see how much variety and voice is in this game.
We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled northern machine.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long.
Is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses. If you want to get your mojo going.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, What can Everard Clare do for you today? Mega rich lightbending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there? Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich lightbending guys.
To match this diversity, the music plays an important role. Somberness, joy, depression, achievement, for just unwinding and vibing, like enjoying the ambience of the rain on a cold, rainy day. The music tries its best to embark a harmony on the scene. All elements of the experience are balanced with such a precision, like ingredients in a meal. Nothing is too overpowering. The game's premise is that there is a murder with a man hanged on a tree. Who is he? What actions require this outcome? Where does he come from? Why did he get put there? When did he get put there? And finally, how did he arrive in this situation? These are questions that are asked of the player. However, it isn't a solo affair. Your character comes with a companion from the legendary Precinct 41, a man with the name of Kim Kutsuragi. You, however, come from Precinct 56, and your reputation is in absolute ruins. What character will you make? A teetotaler? Someone who doesn't rely on substance abuse to function? A good regular person with a normal political alignment? Or do you want to be using speed as a neo-Nazi? Or are you an alcoholic communist sympathizer? Or maybe something else? These are all aspects that are offered to you throughout Disco Elysium based on the dialogue choices you use. When I mentioned the game having a diversity of character voice actors, it comes with the option of being racist or not, having these options or not. You could be speaking with an ultra-rich, and do you adopt a crony capitalist mentality, or will you be swindled by a well-smoking communard dock worker? These are choices that you must make whether you realize it or not throughout your playthrough. You are being guided into shaping your character. However, much like a beautiful roast dinner, the roast beef is not the only thing to enjoy. Throughout the story, you will encounter special characters, side quests, and joyful moments that allow you to appreciate the well-written and well-voiced characters. You will encounter mementos, personal history, secrets, intrigue, and more. I'll make a very quick note here, as I have seen on some Mongolian trout fishing forums that this game is leftist propaganda trash, and that the devs should be firebombed. There is a caveat to this. Some options in this game are obviously preferred, such as being a pleasant person, such as not being an extremist, and so forth. The choice is provided to you. I didn't really find these accusations to be entirely accurate. They're just people yelling for the sake of it. There are a lot of shades of grey in this game. Disco Elysium is a wonderful game. I have thoroughly enjoyed playing it, listening to the music well after completing it, thinking about it, looking at the artwork that the fanbase has produced for it, and everything else. It isn't for everyone, but if you have an appreciation of political theory, amazing voice actors, CRPGs, the visual presentation, a laid-back game, a murder mystery, and so forth, I think it is definitely worth checking out, 100%. I would like to thank you for your time and patience in watching the video to the end. These videos take quite a lot of effort to produce, and I have to be in the right mindset to make them. Hopefully, more can come out in the future.